Hello, I'm Roob. Welcome to another installment of Not So Serious Radio. Tonight we're doing live at Roob's because it's Saturday night and this has been so much fun. These events have been helping me cope with this crazy time we're in. And I know that it's helping a lot of you because I've been hearing from so many people who love these live shows and just it makes them feel like they're out there seeing bands again. And you know, we're doing what we can under the circumstances. So anyway, I'm host of Not So Serious Radio at KKSM, which is at Palomar College, AM 1320 in Oceanside. And tonight, our Live at Roob's guest is Mónica Mendoza, and she is in a border band, San Diego, Tijuana, called Leucadia. And Leucadia played on my show on March 4th, which is my birthday. It was a fun night, just before the shutdown, and they were fantastic. And I'd love to have the whole band here, but I can't. So we have Mónica instead. So thanks for tuning in, and here she comes. Mónica!
Oh shit, me! Hey. Hey. All right. That's my cue. So funny, I get so nervous during these live streamings for some reason.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Like more nervous than doing shows. Maybe because I don't have the rest of the band to back me up. Or something.
I'm here.
Yeah.
You got Roob.
Yes.
We got some people in the cul-de-sac, so sing
Yes.
to them too.
So sweet.
We're having fun here.
Yeah, we are. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this. It's really special to have, you know, homies like yourself that are still creating platforms, even considering the social distance situation, which we're being very, very cautious about. So thank you.
We're trying, and
Yeah.
I didn't forget the candles, so
No, you almost did.
I know. Anyway, it's yours now, Mónica.
Okay. So I guess I can go ahead and start with a couple tunes off of our record called Limbs, and we can start with Sin Nombre, which is a single off of that album. one's called Let It Be.
Yeah. Let's get this out of the way. Oh my God. Mónica Mendoza live here on Not So Serious Radio, live at Roob's. Hello.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Let me get the camera good. Thanks for making it here. It's
a pleasure.
I feel like we've been talking about this for a while. Let me just fix this camera here. There we go.
Right. Planning this out.
Yeah, so as I mentioned in the intro, your band is Leucadia.
Mm-hmm.
It's a border band,
Yes.
Tijuana, San Diego, but you happen to live in Los Angeles.
Yes. I live in LA, currently in LA right now. So we're kind of we're definitely a transporter project.
You are.
Right.
And you made it all the way down with zero traffic. Probably.
Yeah, it was a smooth ride, yeah.
Yeah. And, before we get too much farther into it, the last two tracks were from Limbs.
Yes, they
The
are.
Leucadia album that came out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. You should check it out.
Please. Available on all platforms.
Yes.
And so Limbs was our first full length that included these two songs, Sin Nombre, and Let It Be.
Yeah.
And you can find Sin Nombre, the music video on YouTube, which is a fun little shoot that we did.
It's also just interesting to hear these songs in stripped down mode, because I've listened to Limbs a lot, and then you got to play at KKSM, and I got to hear it in my face up loud, and now it's a gentler, kinder Monica.
Yeah, it is very raw. I'm not used to performing the songs this way. This, current situation has definitely given me the opportunity to perform for myself in my own living room, and in this case,
Roob's living room.
Yeah, Roob's patio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very, it's more intimate, which is maybe why I feel like it triggers more nerves, just because, I don't have like my pedals to hide behind, or full band backing me up.
And plus you have an audience behind you, which can be creepy.
Yeah.
Yes. Ow!
They're making sure my back hair is looking accurate.
Yes. So, and little do people know, you're not a full-time musician, although you kind of act like one. But you're an architect, and you're working pretty hard right now.
Yeah.
During this time.
Yeah.
Some professions are going crazy, right?
They really are. Yeah. I mean, I'm very fortunate that I still have my job. It's we were just talking about this earlier, right? That the current situation brings up a lot of stress, and it triggers a lot of insecurities and anxiety and all the things that we normally ignore or tend to ignore because of how busy we are on a day-to-day. But right now that everything has slowed down, and with my job too, that hasn't slowed down. So it feels more pressure. It feels more. It's just a lot more work to do,
right.
And it's an adjustment, And it maybe it feels that way because of the current situation, and how there's like scary times right now. So it enhances everything, right? And the fact that we are.
I had to add to your stress level by asking you to come here and perform.
Oh, dare you!
Yeah.
No, actually, the contrary. This kind of like eases that, because that balance. I've been doing both for 10 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
With practicing my career in school, and then finishing, and then working professionally in parallel to also doing music. So that has been my life for a decade. So to have one completely just like when I've been working so hard to balance both and find a harmony between both, it kind of threw me off a little bit. So I'm adjusting.
The foundation shifted.
Yeah.
It's like someone cut off a limb.
Yeah. No pun intended.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you made it here to talk about it.
I'm glad to be here.
So, would you like to play some more music?
Yeah, I would love to.
What's coming up next?
I would like to play a little song called Tempted, which is an upcoming single that we are going to release. So that should be a nice little segue to introduce the song.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
It was the song we used in the promotional video for this.
Right.
And it's quite nice. I'd be interested to hear how it sounds now in the non-unplugged version.
Right. I know. Yeah. It's interesting playing this song. This song in particular because there's so much more noise going on with the full band, or there's just so much more intensity because the song in a way already was an intense time to like write that song. And the lyrics definitely reflect a lot of that energy of not screaming, but definitely projecting way more than I'm used to.
Well, we'd like you to project here. So would the folks in the back.
It's interesting playing them stripped down because it does, it changes them a little bit, but yeah.
We want to hear you.
Okay.
All right, Mónica Mendoza live at Roob's Not So Serious Radio.
Yes. Okay, let me. Here we go.
Find your bearings.
Yeah, adjusting.
Yes, I know you just want to see me nude. so tempted by you. Yeah, I'm so tempted by you. And I will be your muse as long as we share you and me. Our bodies won't be pure in body ways, but I will think of you in brighter ways. And when we reach out, our beds will be loud. And when we're both fine on our own, our heads will be numb. And all the roads will close, but then our heels will glow. And all the skin we shed at night, the wind will blow it over. The roads will close. And when we reach out, our beds will be loud. And when we're both fine on our own, our heads will be numb.
Yeah.
Yes! That was Tempted. We just shot a music video for that too.
You just finished it?
Well, yeah, it's interesting. We started filming. I started shooting in LA with my homegirl, and maybe 2 weeks before or 3 weeks before this whole thing started. So we got footage, and then we couldn't get the rest of the footage
Oh.
or get the rest of the band up and
Sure.
film. So because of the situation, so we're making it work.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna try to make it work with what we have.
Cool. What's up next?
I would like to play Relate, which is another. We recorded the song as well. It's not anything that we're gonna release anytime soon, but hopefully a couple of months after the Tempted is released.
Okay.
So yeah,
A sneak peek.
a sneak peek. Let's see. How does this one go?
G.
Okay, here we go. There it is.
Can't feel the skin on my knees for praying on false things I know. sight. We'll leave our bodies through the night and feel the high between our thighs. Can't feel the skin on my knees. We're preying on false things I know. I whisper into my own ears and pour the lies till my head explodes. I'm feeling relief. I'm feeling relief. I'm feeling relief. I'm feeling relief. I saw you burning. I lit a smoke. Even when I saw you walking on the street alone, I saw you burning. I lit a smoke. Even when I saw you walking on the street alone, on the street alone.
It's so funny doing. Thank you.
I like that.
It's like adjusting, playing these songs, not electric. which
I
is
know. You wanted to rock, but you
Yeah.
were, I don't know, delicate.
cool. Delicate rock,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't want to break a nail. Or
Yeah.
Wow, I like that track. Thanks for the sneak
Thank
peek.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
So you were talking about recording with the band, and you're in LA, and everybody else is in Tijuana, and
Yeah.
so what's the recording process like?
It's I mean it's challenging, right? Like being so far from each other. I don't want to say so far because we're not that far from each other, but there are certain challenges that we face because, you know, when we're creating music, we don't get to jam together as often as we used to. So yeah, it's just one of those things that you adjust, right? Like if you really want to make something work, I think that you figure it out, and that's something that we're trying to figure out. We're still figuring it out. But this whole pandemic has definitely put a huge halt on it.
Yeah.
But it's an opportunity to also, you know, see how it could still continue to work, because we want it to work. So, you know, when you are passionate about something, you definitely you look for the solutions, right?
Well, and you're doing the right thing. What's the alternative? To do nothing, you know?
Right.
Record, and you know, you, as you said, working with what you have. But you know, I've been in a band, and there's something about being in person and playing together where it feeds off each other, or someone tries a new lick, and you're like, oh, the song can go in a whole different direction just based on some spontaneous,
Yeah.
you know, pick.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You don't have that.
Definitely, that's one of the most beautiful things about collaborating, and one of my favorite things about collaborating. You know, because I'll bring a song to the band, and then that song will sound completely. It will find new things that I wouldn't even expect. So that's really wonderful when you get to do that in a jam session. And
Yeah.
so I miss it so much, but it's nice to be writing songs on my own, so I can at least have more material when we do
Of course.
come back with a bang, you know?
You can't show up empty-handed. Like, what'd you do all the pandemic?
I slept
Yeah.
a lot. Well, I've been trying to.
You know, I wanted to talk also about, we did this when you were in the studio, but about your Girl Independent organization.
Yeah.
Here, say a few words about that.
Right, yeah. So
And it's Girl, G-R-R-R-R-L.
3 R's, G, 3 R's, L, which it was inspired from the riot girl scene.
In the Pacific Northwest.
Right. In the early 90s was a huge impact for women in music and the music industry. So it definitely has left a huge impact from me from being a young girl all the way up until right now as well. And it continues to influence me so much in the things that I want to do with it. And it's a hub for women and non-binary individuals to collaborate and to meet and to have a safe space to express themselves creatively. So yeah, that's mainly what my main goal with it, and to open more doors, more opportunities, and to recognize that the music industry lacks a lot of inclusivity, right? There's not a lot of support for women in the music industry, especially women of color, Black women, queer women, trans women, non-binary. So it's
Not a lot of role models.
not exactly. So to have a platform
In the indie world, anyway.
exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, it was
Well, the dogs are out.
yeah. They agree. They're furious. Yeah, it was definitely something that I noticed growing up in the music scene, and something that was really lacking. So I wanted to make something happen. And through that, I started to host showcases in San Diego, Tijuana, LA, and just trying to bring community together and bring these bands, bring awareness to these bands, right? Right now
I walk in your moccasins.
Right, exactly. Right now it's a little, with this whole situation, but I'm also, I'm trying to host live Q&As through my IG.
Yeah.
And just bring in different homegirls to talk about what's going on with them, and then sometimes I play a little acoustic set, and that's been fun too.
People need a platform.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's better if it's not your own.
Right.
Thank you for doing that, Monica.
Thank you.
All right, you got one more for us?
Yeah, I guess I can do a new one.
I don't know. Let's check
Yeah.
with the editorial staff.
Let's see. What does everybody think? Candles? I think they.
Yes.
This is I guess this is like a song during the times that we are facing, but it's also like reflecting on crushing on someone, like having a crush on someone during the pandemic.
Oh my God.
So it's an interesting, So I just wanted to write a song about it, but also, I wasn't specifically saying like I want to write specifically about this, like having a romance during a pandemic. It was mainly just spitting out of like, shit, we are in the middle of a pandemic. Oh my God, there's also these possibilities of like people dating during a pandemic. Like, how the fuck does that work? So, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not dating.
Yeah, no. And it's a fresh song, so
All right.
bear with me. We'll see.
We'll look forward to hearing it in
Okay.
just a minute or two. Monica Mendoza, live at Roob's Not So Serious Radio.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Get some!
Louder, okay.
Sweet liquor rushing right through me. Sweet honey rushed down to my knees. You
awesome. It's funny, the last guest we had, Will Lerner, finished with a song he wrote about, it's called Love in the Time of Virus. So
Oh, wow.
we seem to have a tradition going here.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like a lot of the times we write about love and the things that are hurting us, and you know, it's and also the things that heal us. But yeah, it's interesting writing these songs during this time because it does feel, everything just feels like uneasy. So
Oh, and everything's saturated with it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you can find a regular news story that doesn't have some kind of virus taint.
yeah, for real.
Jeez. So, any shout outs?
Yes. I mean, if my band is connected, Mari, Luis, Ida, if they are connected, I want to say hi to them first.
And even if not, they'll see it later.
Yeah, for real. And shout outs as far as what we have coming up. Right? Would that be a good?
Well, whatever you like.
Yeah. So we have the Tempted coming up. Hopefully we'll release that on the second week of June.
Okay. Tempted, the single from Leucadia's new album.
Yes. Or actually, we were thinking of doing an EP, but I think we're just gonna like start releasing like a song with a video, and yeah, that seems to be where.
Okay.
So that's
No
exciting.
pressure.
Yeah.
No album pressure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back up.
Right. Don't push it, Rob. So yeah, we're excited about that new
Good.
single that's coming up. And
So check out Leucadia's
Yeah.
social media for updates on that, and it's Lera.
Lera, yeah.
2 words.
Yes. Lera.
Lera. I'm practicing my trills.
Yeah. You can. I mean, it's. I love hearing how people pronounce it. Like whatever feels.
Lira.
Lira. Lara. Whatever feels right. Yeah. There's no wrong. But yeah. Thanks for this platform again, and everybody that's connected, all the homies. If
Yeah,
they can say, I want to say hi to
of
all.
course. Well, thank you, Monica, for coming out.
Thank you, Roob.
Let's give it up for Monica. Thanks for tuning in. Be safe.